Hi guys, I hope everyone's doing good and happy Friday. So in today's video, I'm going to chat to you guys about Bionano Genomics, so ticker symbols BNGO. So in my pinned comments that I put under every video, I ask if there's any tickers you guys want me to have a look at or any companies that you want me to have a look at. The most suggested ticker from you guys was Bngo. So in today's video, I'm going to have a look at the price action and also the fundamentals. So I'm going to focus on any fundamentals that I believe could directly affect the price action of Bionano Genomics. But before I get into today's video, check this out. This video is brought to you by Weibo. If you'd like to get 2 free stocks valued at $1,850, check the link in my description box below. Welcome back to Investor Prime TV, David here. If you're new, this channel is a one-stop shop for anything investment. So investment ideas, investment discussions, stock picks, when to get in the market, when to get out. So make sure you guys go ahead and subscribe and of course hit that notification bell so you don't miss any further uploads. With that being said, let's get this bread. So if I have a look at the chart of BNGO, so as you can see, the share price has just broken the 100 period moving average. Perhaps there's a bearish trend now forming for the next 3 to 4 months. That's if the share price stays below the 100 period moving average. However, even though the share price broke the 100 period moving average, but the share price is very close to a support region. So the support region between $5.50 and $5.10. The reason this is a support region is that this used to be a resistance, and the resistance was then broken on the 11th of January. And when the share price came back down to test this old resistance, is now technically a new support. This support held as an actual support as there was a hammer candlestick formed. So a hammer candlestick is a bullish candlestick pattern. So on the 5th of March, when the hammer candlestick was formed, the share price rose as this was proven to be a support. So there was a lot of buyers around this area. So there was some demand around this area. However, the demand wasn't enough to raise the share price to test the resistance at $12. Instead, the bears took over and brought the price back down to recently breaking the 100 period moving average and effectively test this support to see if this support would hold. So going forward, if the support holds, so the support region between $5.50 and $5.10, if the support region holds and there's a lot of demand around this area and brings the price back up above the 100 period moving average, and I believe we'll see a lot of green candles and a lot of bullish presence for the next 3 to 4 months. Perhaps raising the price all the way up to $12 and maybe even testing the $16 all-time high. So if I have a look at the weekly chart just to see where the price action is or could potentially go for the next couple of months, especially seeing as the share price has broken the 100 period moving average on the daily chart. In particular, I want to have a look at the Fibonacci retracement lines. Seeing as from the end of December to the middle of February, the price action has been pretty much bullish. As you can see, the share price came down to the 61 Fibonacci retracement line on the 1st of March. However, the share price has broken the 61 Fibonacci retracement line. So we'll see what the price action does for the next couple of weeks, basically to see if the share price comes back above the 61% Fibonacci retracement line, because between the 38% and the 61%, this is generally seen as a buy zone. So there's generally a lot more demand around this area. So it'll be interesting to see what the share price does, especially around the support of $5.50, to see if this price holds as a good support. And if it holds as a good support, like I said, then I believe the share price could possibly head back up to test the 100 period moving average and perhaps break above it and then continue heading north. So on the fundamental side of things, Bngo have announced preclinical evaluation of genome mapping. So this news alone could have raised the share price and brought a lot of demand towards the stock. However, the stock is being shorted at the moment, so there's a 10% short interest, which is fairly high. It means there's a lot of short interest towards the stock. So a lot of investors are looking to short this stock, especially with what's been going on with the price action. The share price has been falling, so it's been very attractive to short sellers. Part of the reason why there's increased short selling or short interest in Bngo is that the Q4 2020 earnings were worse than Q3 2020 earnings. So a lot of investors, a lot of short sellers might see this as a good sign for them because they believe the performance of Bngo as a company is getting worse. However, on the plus side, a number of analysts have still got Bngo as a buy rating. So they believe Bngo, the stock right now, is still a buy. And they've even got a price target of $14 for this stock, which might be hard to believe at the moment with the way the price action has been moving. So with all this being said, what you guys need to take into account is that, look, the share price of Bngo has run up quite substantially in the last couple of months. It has to come back down to equilibrium, so it has to come back down to a certain level. So this come down is in the form of a rest. So the market is effectively resting. So a lot of investors who are looking to hold this long term, I believe, will benefit more because then they don't have to deal with a lot of intraday or daily or even weekly volatility within the market. and the market coming down because it ran up so quickly. That made the stock very volatile, and there's a very similar price action pattern between Bngo, ZOM, NAKD, and also Genius Brands. However, it doesn't mean that the stock prices can't recover for these companies, especially Bngo, because at the end of the day, you need to understand, as a trader or an investor, you need to understand what you want to get out of that investment or that trade. By doing that, you need to understand what the company does. So you need to do some background research for yourselves. Understand what the company does. Do you relate to the company? Do you agree with what the company does ethically or as a business standpoint? Do you believe with their strategies? Do you believe with who they've got on the board of directors? All of these you need to take into account before you place the investment. The most important advice that I can give: do not invest what you can't afford to lose. So do not go remortgage your house, and do not go take out loans just because you believe a stock is going to double. And lastly, what I can say is understand your emotions, who you are as a person, and how you're going to approach the whole investment and trading, the whole stock market, how you're going to approach it. You need to understand, before you even approach the stock market, you need to understand yourself emotionally and understand how you as a person can fit into the stock market and devise a strategy that can effectively make you money in the stock market. So I did a video a couple of months ago about managing your emotions, so I'll link the video in my description box below. So if you enjoyed the content that I put out on Bngo, then make sure you guys subscribe and of course hit that notification bell so you don't miss any further uploads that I put out. And if you'd like to support the channel, then you guys can sign up to my Patreon. The link is in the description box below. Thanks guys, I'll see you in the next video.